Lord, I'm thankful. It's you who give me health and strength. Oh Lord, I'm thankful. It's you give me the handful. Every day you're blessing me. All me and bacchanal is nothing we nature. Money in we pocket. This life I want love it. All me and bacchanal is nothing we nature. Food on we table. I good than I ever. Think I jump up and wave. I thankful for life. To see another sunrise. Me to one up in the air. All the stress on your mind. Put them problems aside. And give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray. And give thanks, yeah, for another day. Don't forget to pray. I'm thankful, but be mindful. I'm so for a new day, for a new day.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning to the Street 91.9 FM. This is the street. This is the place where people are represented. The aspirations and concerns of people are expressed. This is the place that we stand up. We stand up for the masses. We stand up for John Public. They say no uptown elite buyout station. This is love. This is a place where, regardless of the influences of big money or whatever, we try our best to stay on course for what is best for Trinidad and Tobago. And as such, I am still here with you, with the people of Trinidad and Tobago, this beautiful morning. We give thanks to the Almighty Creator for life, for every other blessing that we may have woken up with or to. We look forward. We look forward to progression and positivity. But we accept the challenges that life gives us. And we enjoy living through whatever these challenges are, because we have that understanding in our minds and that faith in our hearts that all this is part of life. Right? God never promised life to be simplicity and comfort. But in the midst of the truth of life, the challenges, and we could still have peace and comfort through all of the challenges. That is the key. Not to desire and be upset when life isn't going the way we think. In our little minds, we feel life have to go the way we want it to go, like if we had an input even in us being here. No. But we accept the destiny that is before us. We accept and we just work towards better. So, I'm taught in my philosophy of life, in my faith, that even if the end of times has come, like you see the earth rent asunder, you see the sky start to break apart and all, I'm taught that if you have a plant, if you have a seed, a seedling in your hand, still plant it. You all hear the heights in that? Jokingly, you know, someone was telling me yesterday, use real heights, use real heights, right? No mad people thing, right? But imagine, right, the physical world around us coming to an end, and you have a plant or a seed in your hand. Maybe you were part of an agricultural revolution that we want to see in Trinidad. Maybe you there as well in Trinidad. You're somewhere in the green, lush lands of Trinidad and Tobago that have the ability to produce abundance. Thank God. And you're now going and put on a little mango tree. A starch, I like starch, but we can't starch alone, eh? And you see apocalypse, the place turn dark and go and split. My understanding and what the Creator has explained in my book, still take that seed, still take that seedling and plant it in the ground. Let us do good. If we plant love in our children, we will reap love. Let us plant the seeds of love in our society. Let us dig up and throw away the seeds of greed, selfishness, materialism, envy, jealousy, self, ego. Hey, God. Them seeds don't bear no fruit, no positive fruit, poison. And as I experience life, I reflect, I try to reflect. And I was reflecting yesterday. You see beautiful things. You see our Prime Minister now, Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, and you see and you listen to that mind space where there's a certain level of maturity, a certain level of grace, a certain level of empathy and love contained in the way she speaks and the way that she carries herself. So you look at the positives, have some absolute positives around, and you're hopeful. But then you look and you have these human beings who, don't understand responsibility and control and maybe power they're thinking of. And we have to develop ourselves as human beings. Be careful with ourselves. Be careful with the whisperer. That voice, all of us have a voice that has talked to us. Right? I'm mad, don't say I'm mad, eh? They're quick to say people mad. But all of us have a voice that has talked to us. That whisperer into the hearts of men. That whisperer that fool us into thinking we should have control and power over other people. Bro, sis, all your control, all yourself, that is the only thing we could control, Control yourself. Control yourself. Lift yourself. Lift yourself to a higher level of thinking. No man really has no dominion over our next man. As your boss and this and that. We work together. We work together for a common good. We respect each other. Let us purify ourselves. You know, so I was looking on yesterday. Um, a man asked me outside when I came out of President's house. He said, "Is your first time at President's house?" And I thought about it for a while. I kind of checked through my mind. And I was like, yeah. And he said, you know, Abu Bakar's son in President House, freedom. Real profound. Somebody who we might consider just a normal person because he cool. He come out in his UNC vest to support. You know, he was there even late because we came out waiting on the Prime Minister to greet her. And he came across to me. It was real profound. He said, freedom. I'm still analyzing it actually. I'm still analyzing what he said to me. But it's love, it's respect. It is a different feel. It's a different feel. We're not in the same space of exclusivity where there's only, you know, a certain. I see downtown. If only understand what UNC is in a lot of ways. Simple people who they might consider simple, you know, coming together. And I'm sure in the PNM it might have that as well, you know. But our entire understanding is one of inclusivity, no? It's one of, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I could work with that. I could work with that. I could work with people who trying, you know, and the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Let's also be a little patient as well. But I don't even need to say that because we are an understanding people. We are an understanding people. We have in us goodness in us. We have goodness. Just to let it prevail over the other forces that exist. It's just for us to blank out that whisperer. Blank out that whisperer in our ears that tell us, hey, you should, and you should, and you, and you. I think the Rastas and them, let's talk about the I, the I now, the I man, the I. The I. The I is real problems. The we and the us is better. You see the I. Ooh, that one dangerous. So I just wanted to share some of those little experiences with the people. You know, I found her speech. I listened to part of it, right? Because I was on my way to President's house. I was a little late. I found it really profound as well. So, you know, I don't know what you all think of it, what you all take of it as well. There's a lightness in our society. The place lighten up a little bit. There's a hope and an expectation.
Hey,
Good morning,
morning,
caller.
brother Fuad. Morning,
Morning,
great
brother.
blessings. All right, man. Real quick, one of the things I think one of the things I would like to see from the United National Congress current government, of course, as everyone's saying, allow them to assess the current situation in terms of, policies and all the initial starting points and get their feet set. But one main thing I think they need to do is reach out to all the sectors, all the ministries, all the associating state bodies
Right.
and assess the personnel
Yeah.
within. Let it be known briefly that hey, this is a no nonsense situation. We about country first, and that's what this government is about. The
Yeah.
future of the citizens in a real way. So no under the table activities will be accepted at all. And that's the first step, I believe. And I just looking forward in a positive and a exciting way
Yeah.
for a very nice country for citizens first. Once again, brother, the work you have been doing and others like yourself is really appreciated, and I hope that it continues to bear fruit for years and generations to go forward, brother. Keep up
Yeah.
the good work and blessings.
Yeah, man. Tremendous advice there. I think she warned people to her. I think she was very clear in warning people that she's not going to tolerate certain nonsense. Morning, caller.
Yeah, morning back. A blessed morning.
Morning, brother. Morning.
Yeah, I listen to you yesterday. And you know something? I say God doesn't make a mistake. When I think about things, really. You see what happened in the country here, I think is a act of God too, for the fact that it's to let other people know and realize black people just live with an open mind, just think with that kind of freedom, and that could instill a certain. Well, Trinidad don't have a kind of intermixed thing more than any way you could find, but
Yeah.
it could confirm a kind of oneness, right? Because how a lot of people think about us, well, I hope it could make a mindset, a change in mindset about we as black people, because black people, them youth is really hardly get work. So I understand why they really vote out PNM, because PNM don't really think about it. It have opportunity with them youth. You see, the government and the people and the NPNM, them doesn't realize how much talent black people have, you know.
Yeah.
I just don't write and sing on the block here. I just tell them you that why you look at organize yourself in a more disciplined manner. I say, but all these artists, but they will come by me. I will bring on the system. They go just get on while and they be pulling some real good vibes. I say, but all you write it down. All you be disciplined, all yourself, all you could sing.
Yeah.
I say,
Take it to the next level.
yes. And you know, we could market these things.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to an interview where they say in Jamaica, the government, Edward Siaga and them actually help artists, you know.
Yeah.
That is why you see Jamaica going in the forefront. But them is seeing them little ghetto boy, they're leaving them hungry, right? But when a man hungry, he go steal.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? They're leaving them hungry and afterwards killing them out and saying they're good.
Yeah. Correct. Facts.
All these things, we have to review these things. And it's a good thing you there too. With you, we could create some kind of Black Caucus movement that keep staying there all the time, because that is like the Chinese Association. Chinese could go any way in the world and have the respect from the land.
Yeah.
You hear that saying? Through the Chinese Association, we want a Black People Association. That's the Black Caucus movement, then really now. Because it does work. It does work, trust me.
We're putting it together, don't worry. Thanks very much.
Yeah. God for you to do this really, you know. Because you don't have a great respect, you wouldn't believe the respect you have.
Yeah.
All right.
Respect.
Yeah, word.
All right, bless.
Yeah.
All right, I missed that one. So just feel free. The phone lines are 342-0081-4665-391. I'm going to go slower, oh gosh. 342-0081-4665-391. 4665391. I want some new callers to all. Don't be shy. Right? Call in. Morning.
Yeah, Mr. Good morning, big brother.
Morning, brother. What happening?
That's good, man. And I want to paint a picture where nobody did not see yesterday.
Right.
I want to thank the mother of Trinidad and Tobago for distance herself from religion. And yesterday I saw she lift up that book. I said, this is Trinidad and Tobago. She didn't take a Quran. She didn't take the Gita. She didn't take the Holy Bible to swear, but she used the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago.
I don't want to say she distanced herself from religion, but she didn't want to.
What I'm saying, yes.
Yeah.
She showed natural because I don't now listen to her.
I just think any words better now, because God is love, and is love.
Of course.
Go ahead.
Because I was now listening to the East Indian station about dominator of UNC-based callers.
Yeah.
And somebody calling to say the Hindu community which come, and he was like, they go along that road, if you're going to wish the Hindu community was like, so the lady say, hey, this UNC party is not an Indian party. It's a party for Trinidad and Tobago. That is the point that I'm trying to make.
You're making my pause raise. She said it is not no Hindu thing either.
No.
Gary, I telling you, plenty people fall out with the woman for straightening up the thing. I'm asking, plenty of them who cross the floor and go on to that P&M failure thing, right? They cross the floor because the woman straighten up the thing. They vex all now,
Yes.
They wishing she fall. They making all kind of bacchanal trying to. But God is the protector. Because she do the right thing. Because she tell them, nobody cannot come to the woman and tell she nothing about no African thing or this is Hindu. Boy, they will get run so far.
Let me tell you about 7 years ago. Big brother, when I joined the UNC. And we went to one of our after function. And the lady was coming into the function. And she stopped with her entourage. And said, Kingsley, I said, yeah, my lady. She said, this is not about race, This is about hungry belly, filling people's belly. And I watched her. I said, this woman really care about people.
Yeah.
Really care about people. Yeah. And it showed because I mentioned that happen again when I refused to African as an N. And this lady come down so hard on me for that,
Yeah.
This lady come down, people don't know that. This lady come down so hard for me for quite my African person N. And she was very vexed and disappointed in me for using that word.
Yeah.
So to me, I've been on the UNC 9 years. I can tell you, Kamala Prasad never show a sign of race. I can say I might see other people might show it a face.
Yeah.
But this lady there, to me, in the last 9 years and a half, this lady never showed me, yes, I'm making this, but this lady never showed me no sign of race whatsoever. I might say other people, you know what I mean? But this lady personally. So as I close, I want to thank the lady again for showing this country that she for Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
So I don't want people get behind and say, this is an Indian party, this is an Indian country. No. This, because the Africans work very hard in the UNC to put the UNC there.
Yeah.
The Africans sweat the blood. The own people curse them. They want people call them the bottom African. Yeah. So the Africans must get street. The same manner, like every single person in that party. As I said, the people who do not support us, yes, they will get help, but yes, they have to go a little bit in back of the line. You agree with me with that?
All right. I ain't going so far. Later. Yeah. So, on a more philosophical point, and I understand as well. God is love, right? It's not about no specific brand name of God, right? No specific name. Let we act what God is. Let we act that love. Instead of that talk love. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Yeah, peace be upon you this beautiful day, Brother Fuad.
And you as well, brother. Peace be upon you.
Thank you, sir. Just calling. You mentioned the whisper this morning. I just wanted you to add 2 words behind that. The whisperer of evil.
Yeah, of evil.
Yes, sir. The whisperer of evil.
Your brother, you want more. Look, your brother have more than you. Look, this one, he got a position. You should have get it. Look.
Right.
Yeah, always in your ears. Always in your ears.
Because
dismiss him.
There's another voice in our ears as well. The voice of the Most High.
Right.
So I just wanted to distinguish the whisper of evil.
Yeah.
As opposed to the whisper of the Most High.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah. Blessings.
One more thing there, brother. You alluded to our brethren from the Rastafari faith.
Yeah.
The use of the word I.
Yeah.
Now, I agree, and instinctively when people say I is a selfish approach to life. But in defense of my brethren, I really think that's what is the I is reference to.
Right. Explain to me, because explain.
Yeah, because some may say, well, you're attacking the brethren with a comment like that. But the I really and truly is the soul of man, you know. The soul of man.
Nice.
Because
Okay.
Whatever you're at, I am, my mother told me that you will become. So rather than saying I am poor, I am broken, say I am rich, I am vitally alive, I'm a son of the soil, I'm a son of the creation. Yes, sir, because I didn't want anybody misinterpreting what your message.
Oh yeah. And I'll clarify it as well. Apologies if apologies if I was not clear. Because love to my Rastafarian brothers and sisters. We met at the Kwame Ture Center day before yesterday.
Yes, sir. To honor Ibrahim Traore.
Yeah, to honor and to offer our solidarity and respect to Ibrahim Traore. And those Rastafarian brothers and sisters were prominent and foremost in the movement to defend.
Very conscious.
To defend a Muslim brother, because Ibrahim Traore is a Muslim.
Indeed.
And we don't watch no religion and no thing. We're looking at the manifestation of his behavior.
Indeed.
What he is doing.
And quite frankly, brother, the word Muslim simply means anyone who bows to the will of the Almighty.
Anyone who submits, yeah.
That's it. And the word Islam simply means peace.
Peace, yeah.
Attained, that peace is only attained by bowing to the will of the Almighty.
Yeah, man.
So people get confused with these terms, you know.
Yeah.
The popular narrative that the media has sent out, if you hear Islam and Muslim, you think of some crazy person running in, to destroy himself and others.
Yeah.
But as we know, that is totally against the teaching of the Quran.
Yeah.
I love you, my brother.
Yeah, man. Love you too, brother. Love you too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Have a blessed day.
So let us, like our Rastafarian brothers and sisters, develop ourselves. Let us give up the vanity, that so many of us are compelled to. Let us throw off the outward, visual focus, and let us work on our inner self. Let us be beautiful people from the inside out. Not just the outside. I set a pretty dress and a pretty this and pretty that and pretty this. You're overcompensating. You're overcompensating for a lack of something within. And somebody told me yesterday, but you have plenty green shirts, boy. And I say, no, I just wash and iron. It's the same green shirt I wear a day before when you see me. I just wash and iron. What is it? We don't have to fall for that materialism and whatever. We could be beautiful people that don't get caught up in this desire for stupid, beautiful things. It ain't really so important. Love one another. Love the Most High. We take the break.
Bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Planning your Tobago getaway? Choose the highest Google-rated car rental company on the island, O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago. Located just minutes from the A&R Robinson International Airport, at O'Neill, we pride ourselves on being the most tech-savvy car rental company in Tobago. Our process is 100% digital. No paperwork, no long lines. From easy pickup to seamless returns, renting a car in Tobago has never been simpler. WhatsApp us now at 1-868-361-1042 to book your vehicle. Don't forget to mention promo code RADIO2 to receive a 5% discount on your rental. Send a WhatsApp message to 1-868-361-1042 today. That's 1-868-361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals Tobago, the easiest, most reliable car rental experience on the island.
Vehicle availability is subject to change. Driver must be at least 25 years old and have a valid driver's license to book. For more information, visit www.rentalcartobago.com.
The countdown has begun. One Caribbean Music Festival. This is not just a concert. This is an experience. The king of dancehall will take the stage after 13 years. Vybz Kartel. Saturday, May 31st, 2025 at Queen's Park, Savannah. A movement. A moment in history. The undisputed icon. Vybz Kartel.
Oh, you love the touch. See, don't wanna cheer where you want so much.
Delivering a performance like never before. One Caribbean Music Festival. Straight from Portmore to the Queen's Park, Savannah. The World Boss returns. And he's not coming along. May 31st, 2025. Queen's Park, Savannah.
Get your tickets at online on Island e-tickets. For more information, call or WhatsApp 794-OCMF. That's 794-6263. Or log on to OneCaribbeanMusicFestival.com.
All previously purchased tickets remain valid. One Caribbean Music Festival.
Powered by
California Stucco
Company Limited and sponsored by Cash It.
The World Boss returns.
Trinidad, let's do it.
Everybody's talking future, but can they really give it to ya? Want to know where to invest? Open an MPF.
The one fund that guarantees principal and interest earned, has no service charges, no penalties, gives anytime access, and offers projected interest of 3%.
On your future, let's begin with the MPF. You're bound to win.
The Mortgage Participation Fund from HMB, a subsidiary of Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Bank. Visit mympf.com and own your future.
It have a vibe in the air right now. Everybody wants Jesus.
City Furniture Sangre Grande, introducing on Friday 2nd May and Saturday 3rd May. 2 days only. That's right, 2 days only. The all-new Sealy La Vida Night Mattress. All sizes, same price. Full, queen and king. Only $11.99. Designed for ultimate comfort and support. Upgrade, indulge, and transform your sleep experience. Don't miss out on this introductory price offer. Only $11.99. Unbeatable price, unbeatable quality. City Furniture, where spending less gets you more. For more info, call 225-8398. Nationwide curbside delivery available.
Charge up, we ready. We charge up, we ready. We ready. Hey. When UNC wins, everybody wins. When UNC wins, Trinbago wins.
I thank all of you rank and file members of the UNC who have stood with me through thick and thin, through light and through darkness. You have carried me on a journey that was filled with love, with determination, and resilience. You are the real heroes in this story of Trinidad and Tobago.
Properly place your ex by the rising sun on election day. Vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. On election day, vote UNC. One love, one team, one hope, one dream. When UNC.
All of you, thank you for showing up. Thank you for staying on the course and believing in our great party. Thank you, TNT. I say thank you for your support during this campaign. Thank you for your confidence for a better TNT. And for letting the world know that we, the people, have the real power in Trinidad and Tobago.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning on The Street 919 FM radio. Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Hi there. I'm Lester Sublal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Good morning. We are back. I almost did not catch it in time. Good morning. Right, we are back. Apologies for that as well. We are human, so I walked around yesterday in President's house and I only saw humans. I didn't see any aliens there. You know, people who have circumstances similar to all of us, fears, cares, and other things. And we should not think we are too different from others, because we aren't. We all visit the washroom, right? The toilet. Because when I say washroom, you might think it's somewhere different. All right? We all have to go to the supermarket or somewhere to get food to eat. We all, when we get sick, you know, we need some kind of care from, most times, someone else. We all human. We all human. And we have to develop the human being. We have to develop ourselves so that we can fulfill what God wants us to fulfill, so that we can be a plus instead of a minus and a problem. And I looked on and I listened to some good people, really good people as well. And one saying to me yesterday, I really don't want no major responsibility, you know. I don't want a ministry. But they encouraging me because, you know, and it's because the person is really qualified and able to deal with the issue. But they don't want it, you know. They have children and they understand that they will have to split their time with their family. They understand the amount of work that responsibility will take. Y'all understand? You hearing me? Does it have people like that still? Like, who understand that what is important is the work, and that it is a sacrifice that they are making for their fellow man. So they're not running it down. I think they will convince him eventually to take it on. You know, I think so. And I think he will be a excellent service to Trinidad and Tobago. Morning, caller.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, man. Blessings this morning.
Well, I know you have I hope, well, I know you're always working. You have a very good connection with the ground and so on, and I hope the administration could enhance that, you know, and give you the assistance where, I mean, much assistance is needed. I know that, as with anything else.
Yeah.
There's also a brother called Ansel Thomas, right?
Right.
He had he has quite a comprehensive detail about the pitch leak, right?
Right.
How to be structured, also with European thing. I hope Kamala, he had sent some emails to her. I hope she could get into, because he is willing to work. He's willing to contribute, especially with the URP. You're showing you how you can move around certain funds on whatever.
Ansel Thomas is his name?
Yeah, he's very brilliant. You understand? So I hope you could check her email, because he has sent her his resume and different analysis of the different establishments and so on.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay,
And,
okay. I will check. I'll
so good.
I'll
It's
check
so
him up
good.
as well. I'll check him up on the internet and probably send him a message. And if he could send
You can send me a message to my phone, and I could send you something on him and also as well.
Okay.
And that is great that she held up the Constitution in her hand yesterday. I mean, we have a lot of callers who on this radio station as well, calling and trying to bring down the country. We will get that, but we just have to move ahead, and we moving ahead with love. I mean, you exercise a lot of love. Your father did the same thing, and Kamna is, well, she always mentioned that, and we just have to try to move forward. You will have a lot of blocks and so on, especially in some of the ministries and things like that, you know, type of spitefulness and so on. But we just have to overcome that, and you have to analyze this thing properly. And I'm glad that you put this man there. You know, I hope he could really get involved in a lot of the things. I heard him mention quite a few things as well, because there's a lot of things need straightening out in the country.
Right.
And make sure that she's very strict about any type of corruption.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm not really worried now. I'm not worried. We trust the judgment.
But you know what I can never understand? You held a man, you arrested a man for illegal quarrying, right? That's the one guy, his body, right? But yet he was still issued a license.
Yeah.
You understand? That's ridiculous. Where in the world you can hear that happening?
Yeah.
You understand? And everybody just normal, boy. You understand? Now some of them want to talk, right?
Yeah.
Now some of them want to talk.
But let me help you with that as well, right? So there is a presumption of innocence as well, right? So if somebody is accused of something, you hold them or whatever, you have to prove whatever it is. And I actually kind of pay attention to that particular case now.
So, actually seized equipment and all type of thing, and it was a fact really. Okay, look at the Tobago Hospital fiasco.
Right? Yeah. Which fiasco? Which land date you're talking about back?
Yes, look at that.
Yeah.
Whereby we're clocking the alleged men, we're clocking the card on the compound and going across on their establishment and work for the day and then come back. And when materials going up, he making sure that he across there, you understand, to ensure that the materials go to their compound.
Yeah, I heard of that as well, yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody just, you know, I mean, all the supporters there.
So let me assist you too, right? We need to be very careful how the politics plays in between business as well. And Trinidad is a place where we just talk real openly sometimes about corruption and stuff. I have seen and I've heard in my lifetime so many allegations of corruption by politicians, opposition politicians accusing other politicians. But you know what is the problem? Where are the convictions coming out? So it comes like if they just, some of them, they say this and they say that, but it's more for political mileage than actually, you know what I mean? And I don't like that.
I understand what you're saying. You're quite right, yeah. Look at the thing with this Vincent Nelson, man. I mean, that is so shameful.
Yeah, oh God.
It is alleged he was bribed to testify against Ram Logan and Ramdeen, and now he turned around and suing us because they thought he probably would have passed away because he was very ill with his situation. But thank God he overcome that, and now he's suing us for 100 million, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Crazy. There's a crazy place when it comes to those things, boy. You know?
But let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
I am seeing quite a lot of protests, even in Jamaica and other countries, about Langley for him to keep his hands off of Africa.
Yeah.
Have you had any type of protest in Trinidad concerning that?
Right. Yeah, so we have had a solidarity movement, and we met different organizations, came together, led by, who led the entire effort as well, the Rastafarian movement in Trinidad. And it was well attended. I spoke as well at that function, but people are awakening. My mother, up to yesterday, telling me she loved this man, Ibrahim Traore, and she praying for him. You know, so we have that consciousness coming back.
We all have to pray for him, and we should have placards outside the US Embassy for Langley to leave Abraham alone.
Yeah.
So that man is standing behind him.
Yeah.
Langley, you understand?
Yeah, man. Bless consciousness.
To be involved in any type of thing. We supposed to have protest already concerning that.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, my brother, keep it up, and I just hope that, brother, I hope they don't get to touch him. I mean, there was another attempt, the 20th attempt on his life.
Yeah.
And thank God, you know, I just hope they don't get to touch him, and he could survive and continue the work he's doing, because he has, and also the woman in Namibia, she's doing quite well too as well.
Yeah.
She 500 and something Americans sometime before. She's doing very good.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Keep up the good work, keep up the consciousness, and people, Africa and India, unite. Stop this foolishness, unite. See yourself as Trinidadian.
Unite.
Take care and all the best, my brother, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, brother.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You could kill an individual, but you cannot kill an idea. You cannot kill an idea. So they have killed Sankara, right? They have killed so many others, so many of our leaders, but they cannot kill the ideas of freedom, of independence, of respect me and I will respect you. That's the only type of respect it have, you know, mutual respect. And this concept of domination of others, this concept that has now seeped its way into international leadership, where the president of a country almost, you know, coming across as though he want to dominate others. I don't know what faith he subscribes to. I don't know. I remember right after inauguration, they went to a church, and the pastor or whoever was there took the opportunity to try to guide him. We had to change that. There is no supremacy of man over man. There is no supremacy of man over man. You cannot take me, take my things, take my children, take my land. It does not belong to you. So we really need to check ourselves as human beings. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing? These songs of freedom is all I ever ask. Redemption song. I understand why, I mean, they might say conspiracy, why they kill Bob Marley. Powerful. The word and freedom. That spiritual enlightenment that will help us to rise. And those who have allowed their hearts to be corrupted by the evil whisperer, they fight against goodness. But you could defeat God, you could defeat goodness. There's this story in the Quran, right? I'll just share it with you all, about one of the battles that the Prophet was involved in, peace be upon him. And it is depicted that the devil himself in human form was really encouraging all the other armies to come together to fight against the Prophet and his followers, etc., right? And they amassed a huge force, like powerful. You know, I can't remember the exact equation, if it was 10 to 1 or how much to 1 they were superior. Just take it and put it in the context of life now. And when they prepare and they reach for battle, those who come in against God's prophet, right, who we recognize as God's prophet, peace be upon him, when they come against him physically on the battlefield, they're now going to start the fight. This devil, who is in human form, they see him dusting it right before the battle going. He's racing away on his horse, because you know his horse is back in the day. And they say, "What's going on with you?" They like, "Where you going? We're going and destroy Muhammad, peace be upon him. We're going to destroy him. Look at we numbers." They can. And he says to them, "Boy, I see what all you don't see. I know what all you don't know. I fear God." And he gone. Leave them in the lurch, as we say. And of course, they suffered a humiliating defeat. How many times did a smaller army, with the strength of God, how many times we are told the story of David slaying Goliath? Don't we believe? How many times we see in the FA Cup a small team beat, respectfully, Man United, or some other team, right? Or Little Give Exeter. So when we don't take this chain up of evil, we are headed for our own destruction. And we as human beings, if we are enlightened, if we give a little knowledge and wisdom, we have to share this wisdom with others. Share it with our loved ones, share it with people around us. And share it with humility. It ain't no ranking thing. Because me don't know everything. And why know I fortunate to know and be taught it? Because I didn't teach myself. I didn't teach myself. I don't know anybody who could teach themselves. You could struggle and maybe learn, but so let us not as a people take that chain up. I don't know if Mr. Trump could hear this. I don't know if he's tuning into 91.9 FM. You know, brother, you don't take advantage of people because of your strength. That bully thing, the world don't really like that. I know Trinidad don't like that. I know we get rid of we bully. Not so? Not so, Trinidad and Tobago? Respect us. Respect the people. Show love and you will get love. All men are created equal. Until the philosophy that makes one man superior and another inferior is totally and finally discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war. Until the color of a man's skin is of no more importance than the color of a man's eyes. Everywhere is war. And until that day, the dream of everlasting peace will be no more than just a illusion. It will never happen. Let us rise through consciousness. Let us rise through consciousness. Let us rise through love. Let us get away from the base evil behaviors that we have. We had identified them, and let's get away from them. Come on, the churches and the mandirs and the mosques. Teach the people. We take any calls, 3420081 4665 Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Yes, my brother, again. You know, Nafiza Muhammad, right? Kamaluddin Muhammad and Shamsuddin Muhammad, they were both PNM, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was in the PNM, and she was the only person that left the PNM and said why she left it is because of the bullying of the leader. You understand? And the way that he speaks to people and so on. I don't know if you remember that when she had left the PNM some years ago. You know? She was the only one because all of them stood there and took that bullying. And thank God, as you said, we got rid of our bullying. And it's now for the international community to get rid of that one.
Yeah, boy. We have to join together.
The whole world that man affecting, the whole world, You see what happening to the stock market and all them types of things? Everything just crashing, you know. And how come you could scrap the research in Harvard? All that serious research, all this thing with the cancer and the stem cells and things like that, where they're making so much headway with. You scrap all the research. What is going on with this man, boy? Well, all the workers, all the people who are doing these intelligent, these highly qualified people in these labs and things, you scrap that.
Yeah, sometimes after the darkest hour comes the dawn.
Boy.
Yeah, sometimes we need to go to one extreme for us to wake up and realize we need to go to extreme now.
So you have to go right down to the bottom.
Well, and we went right down to the ground here over the last 10 years?
Yes, boy. I don't think we could have been worse than that.
When we go right down to the ground and the ground rise up?
Rise up. And as the whole country saying, since Tuesday, is a type of peacefulness in the country. You don't have that heaviness again. You understand?
Yeah.
You hear some real people saying that the place just calm and nice.
Yeah.
You know? And I hope it continues so. And oh, God bless IWER so much. Make sure you continue with these programs and enlightening people. You all are doing such a great job. You, Felix, Heavy, TC, and the others, and the other supporters of the programs and so on. You know, the callers and so on, awakening people around here. And spread the love. It must spread. Nothing can humbug that love, you know. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, take care and all the best again, man.
Nice, man. Thanks. I miss my Shack lady. I don't know where she gone. I hope she ain't gone to the next station. You know. Oh, God. Come back now. But play a song of love in your home. Play a tune of justice in your home. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Hey, Ford. Morning.
Morning.
One good thing about Trinidad, our situation has not changed. We're still paying the same gas price. We're still paying the same food prices. But, you know, like how your mind operates and how you're so angry and you're so thinking all the time because the election has come, we have a new dawn, a new government. It's like if we exhaled. The situation hasn't changed yet, but we just exhaled. So everything is just calm. Everywhere we go now, it's actually calm. No, how you're feeling every morning, this anger, this vexation every day.
Yeah.
But everything, even though everything hasn't changed yet, which will take time, so we have exhaled, which is good. I find that Kamala, I was listening to her yesterday, and you see that 9 days that she was out there and she experienced certain things.
Yeah.
It will make her a better leader now. The mistakes that she made before.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I was working under the government when Kamala came in power and we lost our job there. I lost my job and it was real hard because I had 2 sons in university and we had to do some real restructuring of our finances, right? So it took us some time to get back to where we were. So I was real angry at that time because they had pulled my contract. But this time when she said to have ministers that when you treat people bad, they will get retribution and she will deal with them, because that was what they did. There are things that she didn't know what those ministers did in certain positions that affected the small man out there. But her time outside there, I think, should have understood all those things that we go through other than, you know, the daily things. So I was really happy that she said that people, when they come into power, don't abuse the small man.
Yeah.
So that for me was really, really good. So that 9 years that she was out there and she experienced her own people too. The lack of support, the condemnation, all of those things will make her a good leader. And John Jeremy, as far as I am concerned, was one of the better attorney generals we ever had. So I think that was a good choice. All right, Ford, have a good day. Bye.
All right, you too. You too as well. If there's anyone who is victimized unfairly under this administration, if you are unfairly fired or anything of the sort, feel free. Just contact me. You could call into the radio as well. We will deal with it. If I had to take it direct, because we do not want that. That is not what this is about. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Abubakar.
Good morning, sir.
You know, yesterday I was at pains to explain to someone, or probably, you know, person, as regards Jeremy's appointment.
Right.
And I was saying that the state of the crisis that we are in today, remember, and you made this point that we actually in a crisis, and you need people with the experience, people who have been there and done that, in order to, if you want to rebuild, if you want to start the whole process of rebuilding and moving from the ground.
Yeah.
Because that is where we are, and you need people like him.
Yeah,
You need him.
I'm not 100% sure, but I trust that she has the experience, and maybe it is experience. I know there are some really good people as well, but they have not ever been in that position before, and maybe that's the reason. So we wait and we patient and we will see. You know?
But the fact remains is that we don't, sometimes when you make decisions sometimes, because you have information, you have people
Yeah, and we don't know everything, yeah.
Yeah, when you go for a job, they take your resume, they extract, they want recommendation, and they want that, what you did and all. So the fact, we live in Trinidad here, and we must have been reading papers, we watching television, we know the actors and here, and we should have a good, you know, profile and a good view as to who are capable and who are not capable.
Yeah, but you know what is even better as well? Because she said it. If there is a problem with someone, what's she going to do?
But the fact remains is that if you go back to the days when in between the period of 2015 to 15 to 20, no, 10 to 15.
Yes.
What happened here is this: is that the question of ministerial responsibility. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You had the sacking of a number of ministers, people who misbehaved.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of Harold Macmillan in 1962 in England.
I respect that. Honestly, I respect that.
You reshuffle them, you dismiss them, you don't, if people are not performing, and that is the practice. Williams did it in the 70s. He moved Shah Mohammed, Brinsley Barrow, all of them, because they were not performing. You hold on to people here, you put people, the fact remains that job fit. You have to get people to fit the position in which they operate. Yeah. You can't take a man who is a mechanic and put him as or engineer and put him as, don't wonder the economy where it is today, and no matter what people tell you are. So job fit is important. And the fact remains is this, is that you need competent, you need experienced people, you need those kind of people to participate in the rebuilding process. Something I want to commend you on. You said that, you know, when you're on the radio sometimes, radio host, and that is what other program fails and all that kind of thing, you have to exercise humility. You have to display respect. You have to listen. You don't know everything, and not everything you could talk about. When I come on the radio, I don't talk. Sometimes I stay away from the radio because when I hear discussions taking place that I'm not familiar with, I can't make valuable or make sensible contributions. I stay away from it because I don't know everything. And I had that rude awakening when I was at St. Augustine some years ago. And a professor told me, he said, listen, you don't know everything. And if you don't know, go and ask, go and read, go in the library, take out. And if you don't, go and find somebody, ask somebody, you know?
Yeah.
So and what you were saying there is so important.
Yeah.
You know, it's so instructive. You don't know, and you need to respect people. You need to exercise humility.
Or you will never learn.
Yeah, but you wouldn't learn. You have to listen.
Yeah.
You have to listen to people at times.
Yeah.
You don't know everything, and you don't discount everything people say, because not everybody would have had your experience, where they have been able to go, and for different reasons, they may not have gone to beyond secondary school to go to university to have, you know, and you have to understand these things.
And vice versa. What we think we understand, what they understand is different on the ground.
Right, because I listened to the radio sometime. When I came to listen to this radio here some time ago, I never knew, because they won't give me the opportunities of other stations, that you had people who may not have gone to university but very intelligent.
Yeah.
And they make very invaluable contribution, and I listen and I learn from them.
Yeah. The university of life on the streets is a whole different university, you know.
What you telling me? I listen to a fella from Brooklyn and these fellas, and them a lady from Atlanta. And these people, I don't know Atlanta, they say, but the fact remains, they have all these different people, even KFC, I could learn, I may have learned something from him too. But all of them.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is that you have to show respect, you have to exercise humility, and, you know, you have to listen.
Yeah,
so thank you, Mr. Abubakar.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a nice joke yesterday, boy. Somebody busted and I said, that's a nice one, I will use it. So they said that, you know, take your time, slow down, because wisdom trying to catch up to you. Some are speeding so much. We know this and we know that, and we this and we that. Take your time. Wisdom trying to catch up to you. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. The love, we need to share the love. And you know what disturbs me? The social media.
Yeah.
The nastiness. What can be done about that?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Yes, we need to disallow that kind of behavior and attitude. The hate.
Yeah.
What can you do about it? Or what is your advice on what's supposed to be done? Thank you.
Yeah. So there's positive peer pressure. And if we see someone bullying someone online or being disrespectful in a certain manner, then we all need to come together, even on social platforms, and express it. Hey, you see that way you're doing? You see this statement? It's wrong. It's wrong. Don't be on that. We all need to come together, report it. It have a medium to report certain things. Report it, and it will be taken down and the person will be banned. Right? Morning, caller.
Salaam alaikum.
Walaikum salam, brother. Welcome.
My God is great, man. This is your brother by your father's side, man.
You ain't have to tell me that. I don't hear the voice.
Let me tell you something. Man, Lord, all I want Trinidadian and Tobagonian to do, give the Prime Minister a chance, let she do she work. All stop criticizing who is Attorney General and who is this. We vote the lady for a purpose, and by the grace of God, the answer we pray, and let me give the lady a chance. And know anybody who try to make a dent in corruption, they end up really in a bad position while they're dead. But we have to do as citizens, we have to stand up
and protect them.
Fight against corruption and make sure the people who in high office account for how they're spending with taxpayers' money.
100%.
Inshallah, my brother.
100%, brother. Thank you very, very much for your contribution. Yeah, we have that responsibility. Right? It has some strong people let's be around affectionately, respectful, Auntie Kamla. It has some strong people let's be around her. Protect the woman. Protect her. A couple of them, that's all I telling them yesterday. Just protect her. Because it have the mischief makers, the greedy, the mind benders, the people who ain't understand themselves. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Salam, brother. Salam.
Wa alaikum salam, man. Peace be unto you and everyone else.
Yes, sir. Yes, alhamdulillah for everything. Morning to Trinidad, to Tobago and everybody. The leaders, to everybody on all sides of the fence. That caller, the gentleman there, he sounds like a senior to me, so he's so correct. I just always say, we just look at pick mentors. I will look at my mentor is Aristotle, and the list goes on. But you see, I pick a mentor that I've known this man past, so But you see, the late Dr. Morgan Job, he used to always say, listen first. You have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth.
Yeah, 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah, I am perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry. He said, I am perfect. I don't always agree with what I say, but common sense. And Uncle is so correct, because in my opinion, I'm not a political scientist or analysis. But to me, after the Pandey administration, and even after I find that some of the individuals that was chosen to lead, I believe, you see, when you're in a government, you're supposed to have some knowledge on where they put you. So I find sometimes the leaders in the past, they would have made choices that to me the person was not appropriate. But I believe it had a cricketer told me once, he's a Trinidadian, he played for West Indies. He said, a manager may not be able to coach, but a coach be able to manage. But I think if you're a good manager, have the proper technocrats around you, let them do what they have to do.
Yeah.
If I use the wrong words, it's correct.
The most important thing is the will to do good for your fellow man.
Yeah. So to be a prime minister, first and foremost, you had, somewhere along the line, you had to be able to manage your business.
Yeah.
So she has done it before. She would have made mistakes. Not a prime minister, but she's willing and she's ready to do it again. So let's wait and see.
And I ain't envy you one bit, brother. You see, anybody who aspiring and envying and want it, boy, you only don't have a clue.
Yeah, so let me listen, let me learn, let me take time to understand. Because look, before I go in, what you have opened my eyes up to, you can't remember, you had said something to the effect, we must know what we get involved in sometimes. Sometime ago in the past. And I know, when I have time, I'll be taking up, okay, the role and function of Parliament. Yeah. We have the speaker, we have the different position in the civil service, what is the role and function. So, if you want to get into be an ombudsman, or you want to be an alderman, you have to know what it is you're getting involved in. You have to understand the politics of it, or the know-how about it. So I think that's the next thing too. We need to understand the role of our parliament. So when you see we know, well, that person said this is what she is supposed to do. So lockdown, listen, brother, enjoy the rest of the day. Keep good.
You too, man, you too.
Then, I just said yesterday, let's make Trinidad nice. Daddy matcha.
Yeah, nice. Let me make Trinidad nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ole. We have some time still. Feel free to call in. All right? Don't think it is easy managing conflicting interests. Don't think it's easy bringing people together. Don't think it's easy. People dealing with human beings. My dad used to say the only bean that if you plant it, it won't grow is a human being. Trouble. Not easy at all. This one feel that one, and this one feel this, and this one want that, and this one think they better than this one, and this one expected this, and this one feel like they do more than the next one, and this one do like, and oh my God, human beings. Human beings. It's not easy. Managing human beings is not easy. So, if to the people who think that they want responsibility, think about it again. I know Mr. Scotland, well, I see some people just resign, which they had to resign, I believe, given the circumstances. But like Mr. Scotland, like I advised you the other day, respectfully, respect. I don't feel like no disrespectful way or nothing. Don't take things personally either, right? you are an excellent lawyer in your capacity and whatever, respect. But, I mean, representing people, you're really on that. So just, you know, when you realize that's not for you, just, I don't know why they encourage you to go up again. Like, certain things is not really for you. Like Mr. Imbert, respectfully, I don't know if you, like an MP, if you really are representative, because, you know, you have a kind of way with people. Maybe you could do certain jobs within government or something. You have experience, so maybe they should bring you through the Senate or something, but to represent people, I don't know, I mean, that's just me. You have to love people, boy. You have to be willing to get down and communicate with everyone from every walk of life. You have to have patience. You have to have patience. I surprised my phone ain't ringing while I'm doing the live. Because people is just ringing and want and this and that, but that's your job. Your job to communicate. Morning caller, welcome.
Yeah, again, you said there are numbers or organizations that we can contact for bullying and whatnot. Would it be possible anytime you could just publish it, so who don't know will take a note of it? And another thing, you know, we tend, as individuals, we tend to judge others.
Yeah.
We are no judge. We don't know people. God is the judge. So I think on most time we should refrain from judging others. We just leave it up to God. And it would be better off, because we tend to judge people on a regular basis. And I don't think it's fair. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much. I understand 100% what you're saying, and I agree. We just need to be careful in deciphering others, though. We're not judging by a looking down way, but, you know, you try to analyze and assess and be careful as well. So I'll talk about it after the call. Morning.
Hello, good morning. Is this Mr. Bakal live on radio?
Yeah, man, 91.9 FM. Welcome.
Present. Good morning. First time caller.
Nice.
All right. First of all, I would like to extend congratulations to Trinidad and Tobago. They have made their choice. They have done it peacefully. And it says a lot about our population and the maturity of the population. I have a question. I don't know if you could answer it for me. When candidates are being selected, all right, most of the time we would notice a lot of doctors and lawyers are presenting themselves as candidates to represent, regardless of which side. All right. I understand there's some kind of rule. So, for example, if a government worker, public servant, all right, he wants to contest a seat, he would have to first resign his job, all right, before he can be selected to, as a candidate.
Right.
I think this is a very unfair rule, because there are a lot of brilliant and talented people out there who might be willing to represent, go up as a candidate for a seat. However, because of the risk of losing their job, if they are not successful at the polls, you know, they would be hesitant to go for selection. So can you elaborate a little bit what is this rule about? And I think they need to fix this, because we have so much talented people out there rather than only a set of lawyers and doctors going up as candidates.
Yeah.
Now, the lawyers and doctors, I have no problem with them. They are experts in the field of medicine and law.
Yeah.
However, there are so many aspects of the nation, for example, like nation building, sports, economics, etc., etc. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So why it is these people don't have a chance? If they are not successful, they could just go back to their old job. But I understand before you go up as a candidate, you have to resign your job. Can you elaborate on that for me, please?
Right, sure.
And I think this is something that we need to fix.
Yeah. There are definitely a few things that we need to fix, but since you raised that particular topic, I don't know if it is a requirement of the party, because it would be the party who is selecting you to go forward for representation as well. I don't know that there's any law stating that you have to resign or retire. I could be wrong. I'll check. When you offer yourself. But certainly if you are elected by the majority of people within a constituency to be their representative, their member of parliament, that is an extremely important responsibility, one that takes a lot of your time. And to properly execute that responsibility, it is sometimes difficult to manage your business or whatever other occupation or profession, especially if you have a full-time profession. So that is where, there may be a bit of an issue. I look on at that as well, that nowadays you see a lot of doctors and lawyers as well. I think we have that perception in our society that people who are qualified in certain ways are more educated and other things as well. And that's not per se 100% true. And maybe we need to move away from that mindset a little bit. Because you need economists, you need educators, you need activists, you need social workers, you need farmers and all. You need people who are in the field of agriculture. So, yeah, noted your concerns. Morning.
Morning, Mr. Abubakar. I think you're on the right track, and the gentleman raised a very pertinent issue.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean, because when you train in law, you would have that experience. You do law courses, man. You do public international law, private international law, contract tort, all that. There's nothing probably, the only management maybe you may have done is managing your firm, your office.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But the fact remains is that the broader issue, the sociology, and I think this guy, Cutland, would have alluded to that in campaign. He said he's sorry he didn't do social sciences and that kind of thing, the economic sociology and all that. So you need that kind of, and that is why they perform so poor. The fact remains is that having a law degree or being a lawyer doesn't necessarily equip you to run a ministry.
Yeah. You may be able to speak, which is essential.
Yeah, you have those who may have done it successfully.
Yeah.
But the fact remains is that you need, as I said, a diverse, quality of people, to run the government. You have people who are expertise in different areas in management. You have this and that and the other. And some of the most successful persons who would have run ministries, we're talking about getting things done.
Yeah.
Right? The people who were not lawyers, Jack Warner.
Yeah.
Right? Rambachan. You had a whole host of them, Barrett. All these people, and then they were fine. They were outstanding ministers.
Yeah.
But they weren't lawyers. They weren't doctors. And I'm saying that it is too limited in terms of the information, the knowledge, and the understanding to run ministries.
Yeah.
You have to understand public administration. You have these are some of the things. Because a lot of them will get into those ministries. And when they don't understand the bureaucracy, they don't understand the politics within the organization, the role of the public servant, the senior public servant, permanent secretary, and the power that they have. And they can stymie anything in the ministry.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you don't have a strong minister, they control him. He can't get nothing done.
Correct. Well, you sound like a politician, but you represent Trinidad. You represent...
No. All right, Mr. Abubakar.
You sure?
All right, Mr. Abubakar.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. And I have seen that even within the UNC, and I'm learning a lot as well, that they're preparing dossiers and stuff for the people who are going into the responsibility of leadership in different ministries. They're preparing roles and responsibilities and little dossiers to help them along. And I would hope they would also do, which they have done in certain ways before, training and development sessions. No, because you have to be able to fulfill the responsibility you're given. Go ahead, caller. We come into our close.
Yeah. Morning, Mr. Doctor.
Morning.
What those gentlemen saying is a fact, right? And sometimes when these lawyers and these doctors and them take office, you don't have time for the people. Right? They doesn't have time for the people. They need to do something about that. They need to secretary in the office, and their profession come first, country and people come last.
100% sense.
Right? You need to correct that and make time for the people and for the officers. So if you don't want to serve as an MP, go and do your private practice.
That is all.
And that's how they have seen that. Even in the campaign, they didn't walk at every house, some of them. They drive half and they walk out.
Right.
And that is wrong. I understand that and know what they're doing. All right?
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, man, yeah. And I hope some of them might be disappointed, but you had to be able to fulfill the responsibility. And the lady is such, she will give you the opportunity, you know, but if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, that's it. Go ahead, caller. Morning. You're coming in for the last call.
I know this. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Sorry, we're about to close, boys. So just give us greetings and we'll be back on Monday.
I want to say power to the people.
All right.
People's power.
Power to the people.
Right. Until next day, inshallah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's an excellent note to close the program on. We'll be back, God willing, next week as well. Monday to Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. Tell somebody, spread the news. We on. We building our nation. We trying to make Trinidad and Tobago nice again. Nicer? Love. Take care.
You've got bills to pay. And so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Oh God, call on the Lord. Call on Him. Pour on us, oh God. Oh God. As we pray. Oh.
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour all-night prayer every Friday evening, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this ministry deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to